Coming up next, some local homeowners face higher insurance costs. Others are getting dropped by their companies. We're working for you to find solutions to the crisis.
It's hot now, but it'll be even hotter as we hit the weekend forecast. I'll have your details ahead.
Traffic issues continue to plague Snapdragon Stadium. Details coming up.
A Mira Mesa neighbor says the city took a chunk of grass during construction. We're working for you to see if the city plans to fix it.
And more than 24 kittens from the San Diego Humane Society leave the state for new homes. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
Another day of extreme heat, and we haven't even reached the peak yet. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Get ready for possible record temperatures in the coming days, especially if you're in the mountains and desert. Closer to the coast, it's going to be a warm pride if you're heading out to celebrate. Chief
Meteorologist Carlene Chavis is here tonight with what's happening outside right now. It's a warm one.
It is definitely a warm one, no matter how you slice it. If you're inland, even along the coast, we had 80s today. So we are talking about warm temperatures. We have not reached the peak of that heat just yet. We are expecting that for this weekend. The only little break that could happen is a coastal eddy developing, so closer towards the coast, the upper 70s, but still some low 80s being possible. When we take a look at our current temperatures, you got the 70s along the coast right now. We're at 77 degrees for Oceanside. Also talking about 72 degrees for Del Mar. Del Mar actually looks to be the cool spot on the map at this moment. 105 for Borrego Springs and a lot of 80s across inland areas. We are not done with the heat just yet, so we are gearing up for possible record temperatures across Southern California and actually across the West. We are looking at the potential for some records for the mountains as well as for the desert. Also talking about some patchy fog and morning clouds that will favor the coast, and so that will moderate the temperatures, keeping the coast mild compared to the inland heat that's expected, and a subtle cooling by the middle of next week. So we still have a stretch to go, and that excessive heat warning for the inland areas starts tomorrow morning. Your complete forecast is coming up.
Our Bracing for the Burns series of special reports continues tonight as homeowners face increasing insurance rates due to wildfire risks.
Some major insurance companies have already bailed out of California. CBS 8's David Gottfredson is working for you to find solutions to the statewide fire insurance crisis.
As you can see, my roof here is fire resistant, in my opinion, fireproof.
Brian Yates lives in a master-planned housing complex in Campo with more than 200 homes. And while Campo may be considered a high-risk wildfire zone, Brian's neighborhood looks more like a suburban community.
So I even have a fire hydrant up on my property, as you see here.
The single father of 4 says he had farmers' homeowners insurance for the past 12 years. But when his policy came up for renewal last month, he says farmers wanted to raise his annual premium from $1,000 to $6,000 due to wildfire risk, a 600% increase.
There was no warning on the renewal, and they basically just stuck it to you, and then you're left with the decision whether to pay it or leave.
Did you consider paying the $6,000 at any point?
Oh, I couldn't afford it. Not on my salary. Not for what I make. There's no way.
Brian was forced to switch to the California Fair Plan, a state-run and insurance industry-funded policy of last resort.
With that, I'm still paying $600 more, and it's with basic coverages. I mean, bare minimum with a $20,000 deductible, whereas before I had like a $500 deductible.
Brian says his agent told him insurance companies can charge more because there's less competition, now that Allstate and State Farm have stopped writing new homeowners policies in California. Farmers Insurance sent me a statement saying rates are designed to reflect risk level. An industry spokesperson told me it's all about losses from recent wildfires.
The insurance industry's lost 20 years worth of underwriting profit in the last 6 to 8 years.
Janet Ruiz is with the industry-funded Insurance Information Institute. She says insurance companies are facing wildfire risk, climate change, increased construction costs, and inflation, resulting in loss of profits.
We have to make sure that we collect enough premium to be able to pay our losses. This is a financial business that, has to stay solvent.
While insurance premiums do continue to go up, there is a new law in California that can help you get discounts on your homeowner's insurance. That's right, discounts when you harden your home against wildfires.
And that just makes sense, right? If you put money into protecting your home or your property against a wildfire, the insurance company should give you a discount commensurate with that.
Harvey Rosenfield is the founder of the nonprofit Consumer Watchdog. He told me the upcoming fire mitigation discounts are a good thing, but there is a loophole.
The loophole allows an insurance company, if they don't want to give you a discount, it allows the insurance company to non-renew you instead.
The discounts still need state approval, and they will be different for each insurance company. But in April, for example, State Farm proposed giving homeowners a 2% discount for installing a Class A fire-rated roof, a 1% discount for clearing defensible space, and a 2% discount for homes in a CAL FIRE designated FireWise USA community. The new law also will allow homeowners to request from their insurance agent the wildfire risk score for their home.
The insurance companies are supposed to tell you what the score is and how they had arrived at the score so that people will start to get their scores and understand how much they're going to save by doing whatever they can do to protect their property.
Now you can enter your home address online and get a free risk assessment for your property by going to the Insurance Information Institute website. We've posted a link at cbs8.com.
David, a lot of concerning developments there for homeowners, but you had a little bit of potential good news there. When will homeowners be able to start requesting those fire mitigation discounts on their homes?
We expect those discounts amounts to be approved by the end of the year, and you would apply for the discounts through your insurance agent. Also, when your insurance policy comes up for renewal, whenever that renewal date is, your insurance company is required to send you your home's wildfire risk score, so keep an eye out for that.
All right, David Goffredson reporting for us on the fire insurance situation in the state. Thanks, David. And coming up tomorrow night at 6, full-time firefighters rely on a lot of volunteers, especially during wildfires and other critical times. How you can become a volunteer firefighter and what you can expect when it comes to training.
Traffic woes continue to plague Snapdragon Stadium. Last night, Team USA took on Panama in the Gold Cup semifinal, but it's the traffic snarl getting out of the stadium that's making headlines today. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes joins us live now from the stadium with a closer look at this issue. Kirsten?
Hey there, Marcella. I'm here at the intersection of Innovation Parkway and Jacaranda, and it's all clear and quiet behind me right now, but people we talked to say they waited in this area for 30 minutes to 2 hours just to leave Snapdragon Stadium. They're asking questions like, were there any traffic directors here? We reached out to SDPD and they say yes, they were here, but people still had to wait.
A lot of people aren't able to turn into these streets, and it's just easy for them to just drive by.
Elena Layton owns Java Garden Coffee Shop in Serra Mesa.
Last night I went to Costco, and I know there's like signs up there that says no event parking, and I couldn't believe the stream of people that were coming after the game.
She worried if the ice she was picking up was going to melt as she made her supply run for the coffee shop.
It was pretty hectic. What would normally take me about 6 minutes to drive up the hill when there's no traffic took me about 20-30 minutes, waiting for all the pedestrians to walk through the street and, of course, walking through red lights. I managed to get up this street, but I did notice a huge stream of cars coming down Mission Village Drive.
Social media from Twitter to Reddit is all abuzz about the traffic and lack of direction after last night's Gold Cup soccer match between the USA and Panama. But after the game, as the sold-out crowd of nearly 25,000 left Snapdragon to go home, they had quite the wait. We reached out to San Diego police, who say in part, quote, there was a full traffic plan and at least 16 SDPD special event traffic controllers working the stadium. They couldn't confirm a 2-hour wait, but did go on to say, quote, it would sometimes take up to 2 hours for traffic to clear after a Charger game at the Q, end quote. Elena says she's waiting to make judgment on the new traffic plan on Mission Hills Boulevard, but understands that people are upset.
I've talked to civil engineers who say, you know, this is perfectly okay. This is what it should be, and it's a good proposal, and it'll work. But it's people not wanting to buy into it because they're not ready for it. And, you know, people don't like change. San Diego's a growing city, and I kind of consider it growing pains.
We also reached out to Snapdragon Stadium officials for comment on the story and still haven't heard back. As we were out here today canvassing neighbors and businesses, we got some mixed reactions. Some people are very excited to have the stadium here and all of the business and all of the visitors. Others say they wish more was done to mitigate traffic in this area. Reporting live for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, is there any advice for people who are planning to go to Snapdragon Stadium? Because I know there are a lot of events coming up and people are excited, may not have seen this new stadium just yet.
Absolutely. So the city has installed new bike lanes. That was something that a lot of people were talking about. They have bike lanes to and from the stadium. They are changing the traffic lanes to try to ease the flow of traffic in this area. There's also trolleys that are available for people to take if you don't want to deal with all the traffic issues. But with any crowded stadium or event, you might need to just pack some patience. Marcella?
Yes, I know a lot of times we are in that mindset after a concert, now maybe after a ball game, or maybe just buy your neighbor some dinner to drop you off and pick you up. Thanks, Kirsten.
People forget just how crowded it was just a few years back when we still had the Chargers.
It's true.